right, welcome back.
Well, she said there's a special place for that.
Okay. That's
sorry.
recycled. We're talking about glass. We didn't mention glass during the last segment, and glass is not...
It does not go in your bin,
Right.
but I believe there's a special drop-off place for that, kind of like the battery hole situation. What?
You're looking at
I was
our
looking
next
at-
guest. I didn't.
That's okay.
Our last guest left. Ginger Oaks is with us. She's with the Berryville Chamber of Commerce, and thank you so much for being with us. You've been here a couple times before.
Yeah,
and you've got,
I love it.
There's a lot of great things going over in Berryville, in that area. And
You just stressed, trying not to say Berryville.
Berryville?
I saw him trying not to say Berryville. Yeah.
well, we all say Berryville if we're from this area. I mean, we used to, that and Yeovil.
Yes. Gobbler and all those funny names. No, I don't know where that came from. People just don't say the Berryville, and when I say that, people tease me all the time, especially when I go back where I lived for a while in Springfield. They say, "Now you know it's not Berryville, it's Berryville."
Yeah, well, it's just an easier
It's
way of saying it.
Berryville.
Yeah.
Berryville. Yes.
So, after the first of the year, does everything just stop at the chamber?
No, it's gear up time now.
Is it
we have
really?
the other Harrison Chamber here too. Yeah, yeah. You think at Christmas time you can go, we're
done.
But then, that's when you get ready for all your festivals and everybody. You know, you have your crawdad days. We have our ice cream social. Those vendors set their things in the first of the year for the whole year where they're going to be. And
really?
You better get them before somebody else does if you want them.
What's the challenge for the beginning of the year? What's the thing that you look forward to, or the thing that is the challenge or the goal to exceed what you did last year, or make sure that everybody comes to the meetings? Or
well, it's
I'm sure
membership always renews at the first
Right.
of the year, and so you always want to get new members and retain the ones that you have. But then there's you always want to bring something fresh and new, because you just can't get stale, or people just get to where they're.
Right.
Our ice cream social. This is our 28th year, and that we have in June, and you just learn they want some of the things to come every year, but if some things come here, they're like, golly, they're gonna have that again, So you gotta,
so that you can get feedback that way.
That's right. And we've got a really strange. Us being in Harrison's kind of funny, because we all work together. Well, I think Harrison, Eureka, Berryville, Shell Knob, we work a lot with them. We're all a community together, and we try to help send each other's events. And have you got a good vendor? And what happened with this? But this year, our ice cream social. We already had a board meeting about that and said, what are we going to have for a theme? Because we got to get our artists going for our T-shirts and all that sort of thing. And it's always been a nostalgia around the square, cruising the square, all that stuff. And lo and behold, they said, okay, we're just going to cut that this year. We're going to do something that will just shock the soup out of everybody. So we are doing a Cajun ice cream social. They said, now we don't want to compete with Crawdad Days here, but that's a little different ball game. But we've already got the 28th annual ice cream social Cajun style, and the Cajun is a C-A bell pepper, hot pepper turned with a J on the end.
Okay.
So, you want a piece of trivia? I know you guys will love this. Evidently, if you make gumbo, real gumbo, that it has 13 meats in it, and the main one is, guess what? Turtle.
Seriously.
I said, I don't know if we can get enough turtles in Carroll County or not to make that or not, but we're hoping to get an authentic Cajun group to come in that will cook for everybody. And somebody said, well, what's that got to do with ice cream? Well, you got to cool your mouth off first after you eat all that spicy stuff. But evidently in the South, where the Cajun people are, pecan pies or pecan pies, according to how you say it, are the big thing. That's a staple. They say if you don't have that, then you're missing out. So we thought one night maybe we would have a Zydeco band and washboard playing contest and all that kind of thing, and have a pecan pie cook-off, and then have everybody get a slice and some ice cream on top of it.
Also, you got to put some ice cream on there, don't you?
Yeah, when is that ice cream social?
That's June. It's always the second weekend in June. I think it's the 7th and 8th this year.
Well, that's a long ways away. But when's your first big event that's coming up this year?
Well, the guys at Pioneer Mountain Theater over in Eureka are doing us a benefits. Just kind of helps the chamber function. We had lost a little funding last year, and so they did it last year. Came over, and before they even opened their show, Mike Bishop and his group comes over. So that's our first thing. That's in March, and he kind of tries it out on the Berryville people, and we loved it last year at our arena. It's really a good thing, and our junior chamber board gets out there and they sell sell people ice cream sundaes and all kinds of things. But then this is my little special one here, and started it when I came, is the Flower and Garden Show. It's a farm, flower and garden show and sale. Way too long a name. But once I got to go to Little Rock to the Flower and Garden Show. Have you guys ever been to that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's great. I hear I'm advertising for them. But and it's in February in Little Rock, in that big Coliseum down there. They bring dump loads of dirt in there, and they build flower gardens with walls this high, and they put trees in, and and people are just have everything you can imagine. It's a big deal. So I'd written a grant, and they said, well, you got to come and show what you did. So I got to see all that. I thought, well, me being a garden lover, we'll just go back to Berryville and we'll have one of those.
Oh, well, good.
And it's really been a really successful thing so far. In the spring, you know, everybody gets the fever, and that's the last, it's the 27th of April. It's the last Saturday in April, so everybody's getting ready to plant their things. And now, if any of your viewers have a church group they want to do a fundraiser for, or a ladies group, or a garden club, or whatever, people dig things out of their yard. I dig them out of my yard, and come up there and set them in an old milk jug before you recycle, and whatever, and then people pick out like baby lilac plants and all that. I sell $300 or $400 worth of things out of my yard. I dig out, and people are wild
out of your garden.
Oh, that's right, because they know they'll survive if they come. They're local things, and sometimes people have old heirloom plants that Grandma Bessie's, you know, they got a sprig off of hers, and so you can get things you can't always buy at the local nursery. So,
well, what a neat idea!
You're giving the other chamber here some ideas.
Your ideas.
Well, that won't hurt.
Somebody's writing it down.
You come to ours, we'll come to yours. It's
just
really
don't have them
fun
on
day.
the same day.
That's right. That's right. So we won't counteract. The Mennonite ladies over at in Green Forest, they cook for that day, and I mean they sell out every year. I mean they have homemade everything, and they're making all these pies and everything. So everybody, they pull up right next to them, and what you got, and away they go for the light changes, you know. But it's a lot of fun. Patio furniture and barbecues and lawn mowers, and you know, if you're an outdoor nut, then you just love going to that. I just love to see and they've learned to find me now because they know I've got strange things in my pots and pans there that they can come and dig. You know, they roll them up in a little Walmart bag and take them home with them and plant them. So
that's great. That's in April?
That's April the 27th. It's the last Saturday of the month, which is when everybody's getting really, really busy. But last year it was hard on us because spring came so early. A lot of people had already planted. That would hurt us just a little bit last year. But I'm hoping it'll grow to where it's down both streets. And, you know, Berryville Square is kind of our... You know, Harrison's got a good square too. In fact, yours is, you know, a lot bigger than ours. But our little squares, it's hung on. So many towns, the squares have kind of, you know,
fizzled.
They fizzled out. And a lot of boarded up doors and all. But right now, it's doing good, and we like that.
That's great.
Well, now, how many people are on your staff?
Just me.
Just you?
Just me.
Well, who's answering the phones this morning?
The answering machine. Me on the answering machine.
Well.
Yeah, we're a fairly small town. We're a little over 5,000 now, but it's a good place to live.
It is a good place to live. It's a great part of the area. Well, we want you to come back. And you got some things coming up in May and June, July. We'll have you come back.
Exactly.
Okay. The only thing, if I could say quickly, the Chick-fil-A LeaderCast webinar, we had a lot of people from Harrison come to that. You know, Chick-fil-A has been big in the news this last year, but they are a company to be, you want to be like them. And they made this program up for people to have integrity in their workplace, and how you should treat your employees and what to expect out of them. And Tim Tebow was there last year, you know, and this is a webinar, I don't know how you say that, out of Atlanta. So if people want to think about that, that's in the first week of May or so, and it's one of the best things. We're really proud of that. It's one of the best things.
And I know your chamber must have a website, so why don't you throw that out there? BerryvilleAR.com. Is that how that works out? Anyway, just call me if you want to know and all that stuff. If you Google Berryville Chamber, up we come. There you go.
Yeah, we really appreciate Harrison, our next door neighbors, and hope we all work together and have a really good year.
I hope so too.
You guys have a good year too.
We will. We'll make it happen.
Thanks, Ginger.
Thank you for having me.
We'll call you back.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All right, up next, we're going to be talking with Sandy Williams. She's going to be talking about some things happening at the Boone County Library. Stay with us.